Hello everybody, this is SoundWave, and in today's video we're going to go over ship spawning and insurance. So we're going to show you where the ship deck is and how to pull up your list of ships and how to spawn them, the different controls that are within that menu, as well as going over your bot ships versus loaners and free fly events. We're also going to go over the times that your insurance is good for and the pads that you actually spawn your ships on, where to find them, and what struts are. So let's get into it. Alright, so we're in game and we're getting up from our bed, just like we did in the player movement video. We're just getting straight up out of our bed, and we're going to go over to the ship deck, so we're going to show where that is. Now, when you get out of your bed at Port Olisar, it's not going to be the same for Grim Hex or Levski. You're going to get out and you're going to go either to one end or the other. Doesn't really matter which. We'll go left. And then what you do is you go down this first set of stairs down to the next floor. And on the next floor, your immediate door on your side is going to be the ship deck. It's the one with this giant globe thingy up at the top. So we're going to go down to any one of these terminals. Any one of these terminals you can use in order to spawn your ship. You just simply walk up to one, hold down F for the interaction menu, and of course you only have one option. Left click on use, and you get your list of ships. Now, just so you know, you may see more ships than what you actually bought. So like, let's say if you've just bought the starter ship, it's possible that you will see more than just your ship. If you bought a more expensive ship that is not in the game yet, you're also going to see loaner ships. So any ships that are not implemented into the game yet, you will see other ships that they loan you in the meantime until it's actually in the actual game. The other time that you'll see extra things that are on there is if there's a free fly event, like for instance the weekend that this video goes up is a free fly weekend, so there are actually extra ships that don't belong to me. And a good example of that is like the Hoplite here, the Gladiator, the Hornet. I don't own these three, so just be aware that you might see more than what you're actually supposed to. So when you go back in here, you have three options for each ship. You have retrieve, track, and claim. Retrieve is where you ask for it to spawn at the location that you're at. Track is where you can put, kind of like how you have in other games, you have the overhead player name. This will do the same thing with the make and model of the ship and also the distance of where it is from you. So you'll see that in the world. And then you have claim if you need to request a insurance claim on the ship. The first one may not be there if the ship is destroyed or if it's somewhere else. So for instance, on this Retaliator, it is currently stored at Levski, which is the last place that I spawned it. So if I was at Levski, I would have this ability to retrieve it, but because it's currently stored at Levski, I don't have the ability to retrieve it. So your two options are either go to Levski and spawn it, or file an insurance claim in order to get it back. So we're going to do that just so you can see what this looks like for the insurance. And we're going to go back in. So for insurance, your insurance is good starting at the time that the game goes live. So like, let's say if you have 3 months insurance, 6 months insurance, a year insurance, that timer doesn't start to count down until the game is actually live and in a production build, which it is currently years away from. So everybody pretty much has unlimited insurance. Now you'll see that the delivery time is 17 minutes and 30 seconds. That will be how long you have to wait until you can use this again. Be aware, just like it says here, a standard version of with the factory setup will be delivered to your current location after a period of time. If you add any components to it, like the things that are coming in 3.3, if you add or make any changes to the weapons or any of the components that are on the ship, you will not get those back. There may be a separate insurance for that in the future, but at the current time, you just get the base ship back. So we're going to file a claim, and that is always free. But you will notice that you have an expedited time that's counting down, as well as an expedited fee. If you want to get this faster, you can pay the expedited fee, and then the counter will go down to this and count down. The expedited fee is what you'd currently pay for it. Be aware that this is a test value because they kind of accidentally let out what the actual prices are thought to be when the game goes live, and it is much, much larger because it's based on the actual price of the vehicle. Alright, so let's see. Let's go ahead and do the pay expedited fee. There we go. And you can see that we have 2 minutes and 40 seconds before we're able to do that. And because we have that claimed, because it's not going to be stored in any place, like for instance the stalker, I can actually retrieve that anywhere. So even though it was at Levski, because we did an insurance claim on it, we can actually claim it here at Olisar and get it spawned. So we're going to go ahead and spawn one of these ships that is already here. In this case, we're going to choose the Eclipse. And we're going to wait for it to actually tell us which pad it's on. And there we go. We're going to get it at D02. So the pads, as you can see here, if you look over here on the side, you can see where the landing pads are in relation to where you are in this room. So we are going to landing pad 05, or did it say 02? I forgot. 02. So we need to go where this arrow is pointing for us to go. So we're going to go out this door. And you can see right here, it says 00 to 04, so just follow the signs. You can kind of see the little heads up display thing up there. That's what the tracking allows you to do. It shows you where that is. When you spawn it, you automatically get one of those. And as you can see, 00 to 04, so we need to go out this door. And if it doesn't automatically open, you have to do your little press F for interaction and left click. And then here we are. Now this is an airlock, so you have to wait for that door to close. Come over here and press this little thing to cycle the airlock. If you come in here without a suit, you will die because the atmosphere will be pushed out of the room, and you will die because there's no atmosphere. You can't breathe. So we're going to go up here, as you saw. It said 00 to 02. We're going to come up here, and there's the ship. So we're going to go ahead and get into this ship here. And we're going to go up above so that we can show you the last thing for this video, which is what struts are. So you saw when we spawned it that it said D02. There's going to be 4 struts, A, B, C, and D. And they're kind of basically copies of all of the stuff at Olisar, just in different areas. So we're going to make this flight ready. And we're going to go ahead and take off. We're going to get up really high so we can look down and I can show you what these struts look like, because that's a little confusing when people go in. Even if you go into the same server that everybody in your party is on, or all of your friends are on, it gets kind of confusing because they are physically separate. So if you look here, you have a copy there, a copy there, a copy here. I'll swing around correctly. And then a copy here. If you look at the top of these, you can actually see that it tells you A strut. And then over here is focusing in the wrong area. There we go. B strut. And then over here you have C strut, and of course D strut. So that's what I was talking about, that they're physically separate. So there's the exact same pads and the exact same setup inside this building part where you actually are, but they are physically different. So if you have a friend that's on B and you're on C, one of you is going to have to go physically, either by EVAing with your little person across, using the thrusters on your little spacesuit, or you're going to have to spawn a ship and then fly over to the other one to go pick them up. So that is what the struts are. That's how to spawn your ship and how to actually move around. So the next video that we're going to do is we're going to be going over ship control. So how you can actually move the ship around and go faster and slower and all that good stuff. So that's going to be it for this video. Hope you support the series, and I'll see you in the next video.
Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them scream?